ways to build your immune system and create more joy. So you are much more in control of your immune system than you think you are. We sort of think that we need like a pill or a tablet or just vitamins and food, and although you do need all that stuff, particularly sort of greens and vitamin D and all the sort of things that you kind of classically hear about, but people really miss out on just how important your narrative is, just how much your brain and your thoughts affect your immune system. So things like kissing, laughing, movement, so your blood, your vascular system is pumped by the heart. So, but your lymphatic system, which gets rid of any toxins and negative, all the bad stuff, is pumped through movement. So you need to move around. So exercise, dance, getting out in nature with the fresh air. The Japanese prescribe tree bathing because the oils are just so good for you. Also praise, someone telling you they're proud of you or telling yourself you're proud of you. It's not about ego, it's just about how good it is for you to feel good, for someone to make you feel loved and that you're loving back. So when you feel joy and happiness, this is so good for your immune system and for other people's. So we talked about fresh air, just filling your lungs with fresh air by the sea or in the ocean or just in your garden. Gratitude, being grateful for things, because basically when you're raising happiness and your sort of level of joy and enjoyment in the world, in your life, that's what's going to feed your immune system. It's incredibly powerful. There's meditation and relaxation. So meditation, you can also do guided ones that kind of focus on an area that you kind of maybe need to heal, or you might want to boost your immune system. There's orgasm is massively powerful for the immune system. It really builds it, as well as deep rhythmical breathing, and being loving and loved, having a passion and focus. So when you're passionate about something and you're focused on something good, it kind of takes you away from being focused on, oh, this is bad and this and this and that and the other and rah, life is crap and whatever. And you have a kind of focus on positive things. So doing things that make you happy, it could be badminton, it could be pottery, it could be whatever it is for you. Writing. Also the power of water, and I will do a whole thing on the power of water. It's just so amazing. Sleep as well. I don't want to get stressed about that, because sometimes I can be not a great sleeper. And I think it's more probably if you focus on the quality. There was a whole study I read on a bedtime routine and how good it is for you to get into this bedtime routine, and I was like, oh, I really need to do this, because I understand that and understand the circadian rhythm and I understand how our brains work. We work from sort of habit, etc. And so I was trying to sort of work out this bedtime routine, and they're talking about going to bed at setting the pace, and then I was suddenly like, oh yeah, but what if I want to go out, or what if I want to just stay up late one night, or what if I'm working late and I need time to relax, and in the end I got in such a tiz about it, I didn't end up doing it. So I was then well, the answer to that is just now, today, tonight, I'm going to create that bedtime routine. And then tomorrow I'm going to do it again and again, rather than focusing on, well, what happens if blah, 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 what happens if this and that. No, for today, for tonight, this is what I'm doing. So that's one technique that can help you to overcome when you're putting blocks and obstacles in. Also find out why you're doing that. So we've talked about movement. So movement can include, like I said, dance, just dancing around the kitchen, dancing around the house, which is I love to do. And I think, oh my God, can my neighbours see me? But walking, exercising, if the gym's your thing, go do that. Yoga, Pilates, all these things, not only do they soothe your soul and your mind, but they also help eliminate everything. They get rid of build up in the muscles and toxins in the body, and then drink some water, because that's really helpful to help eliminate it. The other thing is anything that brings you happiness and joy. Really things that make you laugh. Laughing is so good for you. So if you're sort of like watching funny things, or you're having a good chat with someone, That sort of energy of joy and laughter is really, really healthy. Um, Touch, massage, self-touch, anything like that is really healthy, like hugging and things like that. The other thing is to never underestimate the power of your thoughts. You know, you can think yourself unwell, you can think yourself well. I'm not saying that you'll never have the odd sniffle, but you'll get over it quicker. The other thing is to remember that if you do get something, that often I'm not very good at sort of just taking time out for myself. I usually end up with a cold or something, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm resting now. And it's kind of learning that I don't need to, I can allow myself that time. I don't need to get ill in order to take time off. And it's kind of recognizing that you're kind of feeling overwhelmed before you get to the point where you're unwell. So the power of thought is where I really want to focus on. If you're if you're thinking, oh, every year I always get sick at this time of the year and I always get this and my kids get that and then the grandkids and then they bring it home and I end up with this. If that's what you're telling yourself, for sure you will get it. But if you're telling yourself that my immune system is strong, I'm healthy, I'm vibrant, I'm looking after myself, and you're finding some happiness and joy in areas, and you're feeling grateful for certain things, and you're just starting to notice and to be grateful for the small things in your life. The power of, no, my immune system is strong, I'm really, really healthy. The power of positive thinking, we've all heard of positive thinking. The power of that, when you bring it into your system of your body, is just enormous. It's mind-blowing. You can go and read studies. People have cured cancer. People have cured themselves from Parkinson's disease. People have had all sorts of tremendous healings from the power of thought alone. And a lot of this is now scientifically backed. It's not all woo-woo. I know I come from, sort of like Reiki healing and stuff. Although the type that I do, the two different types, one is actually recognised by the NHS, because it's just, if the power is marrying the two, the medicine and if you want to call it spiritual side or the energetic body. Even the chakras now have been scientifically proven, I suppose, noticed. I don't know what the words are. So the power of thought is basically whatever your narrative is, whatever you are telling yourself, that is your reality. What you want, as a little recap, what you want to be looking at is the things that bring you your positive thoughts, and the things that bring you joy and happiness, the things that make you feel good, words, thoughts, people, action, foods, all of these things that bring you joy and happiness. I'm not talking about sugar, because actually sugar suppresses the immune system. If you eat a chocolate bar, it suppresses your immune system for 3 hours. So if you're not well and you're like, oh, well, I'll just have this yummy comfort food, which, oh, Jesus, I have done. I spent most of my life living on chocolate, my predominant diet, which I've had to change, which I'll talk about again, because I just couldn't have a little bit. It was just all or nothing, and I'd eat that instead of sort of proper food, which is really not a good idea. Anyway, so it suppresses the immune system for up to 3 hours. So particularly if you're not feeling well, try and feed yourself with sort of healthy, good wholesome foods that your grandparents would have fed you or fed their children years ago. So on the flip side of that, you want to be kind of limiting pollutants in many forms. Limit what foods you eat. When you can buy organic, if you can, as organic as possible, great. Limit the sort of sugars and processed things. You all know about this stuff. It's just a little reminder. Be careful and limit what you listen to and who's around you so much. And also the products that you use. I used to have long nails of products and everything, lots of different things I used to use, and now I've gone very, very much clean, and I am feeling better. I think I was particularly susceptible because I'd spent, when I started my career, I started in beauty, and it's particularly with nail products, it can be very chemically laden, which has made me sort of more sensitive. However, the power of thought, I'm overcoming that. I just feel better when I'm cleaner, and I actually use a lot less products. My cabinet in my bathroom is just it's just a handful of products now, whereas before I had like an array of them, which I'll talk about again. So also who you allow around you and inside you, particularly for us women. So if you're sort of with a lot of negative people, and their negative thought patterns, which I will talk again on another subject, um, you need to be aware of what sort of energy is coming inside you and what's around you. What are you absorbing physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually? What are you absorbing? So I hope that's helpful. Please listen to it again, because at different times you will, with anything and anybody, at different times you will absorb different things. Different things will resonate with you, or you will have a different idea, or none of this is to make you feel bad about the way you're living. This is to empower you. Take control of your health. You can completely take control of your immune system. So, there are sort of drinks and tinctures people take. So please comment below what has helped you. What have you, had generationally been given down to you? What keeps you happy, healthy, strong, vibrant. But please, please, please watch your thoughts, watch your narratives. Do not do that. Oh, I just always have. I just always do. This is what happened. Oh, it's just my luck. Blah, blah, blah. You've really got to change that narrative, which I will talk about again in another video, about how you're kind of conditioning yourself for all these either positive things or negative things. It's completely up to you. How do you want to live your life? Happy, positive, healthy, wealthy, or negative in the old thought patterns? It's 100% your choice. So please comment, like, share, and let us all know about what makes you feel good and what builds your immune system. Bye.